Today we're going to be looking at Tamiya's 1/35th scale M4 A3E2 kit. So let's dig into it. One thing to note is it does have these rubbery plastic type treads, and from the looks of it, they originally were rubber banded together, but I'm guessing from the age of this kit, the rubber bands have since died and sort of fallen off. Now, main chassis of the tank consists of two main pieces, here at the bottom and here at the upper. Detail on both is alright, but definitely lacking in comparison to, say, some of the offerings from Dragon. What's more, this looks like it was originally attached to a Porsche tree, but has since been obviously cleaned off. Other than that, as I said, detail is not as great as, say, a Dragon kit, but moving on to the turret, again, surface detail is definitely lacking. There's some signs of the weldments that need to be there, but not really. Again, detail is not as great as compared to Dragon kits. You're given a single barrel, front shield, and so forth, as well as the side skirt. Here the detail picks up a little bit, but again, as I do believe this is an older kit, definitely does not hold up in comparison to more modern offerings. The figures are manageable though, so you can at least use those if you want to do as far as diorama. Now, detail does definitely pick up with some of the odds and end parts, such as here on the M2, but on that, really, there's not that much detail. Another thing to note, at least in this particular boxing, is the decals have yellowed some with age. So, moving on to the instructions. Assembly is a little bit complicated in parts, in particular with putting together attaching the road wheels, the suspension. But once you get them on, they go together fairly easily, as you can see here. It's just basically glue them on and that's it. So that is nice. Do have a couple odds in him. For some reason they decided to add those on. I'm guessing because they reused the sprues from an older boxing, or from basically the standard M4 kit. When I first looked at this kit and saw them adding these on, I thought it was basically them attaching this being a single piece and then those adding in to form this, but after looking at it again, I can see that that's the extra armor they're adding on. So, yeah, other than that, assembly is fairly straightforward. There's nothing that really jumps out at me as things you need to be super aware of. Gun barrel definitely could be better. I would say look into getting a replacement for it, as well as the treads, as treads are on this particular boxing they're not great. I would definitely say invest in replacements, as the ones that come with the kit are horrid. So overall, what do I think? It's an okay kit. It's not great, but at the same time, it's not terrible. To my knowledge, the only other manufacturer that has the Jumbo Sherman out is Tosca, and I have not seen any other kits, so I really cannot say just offhand build quality of those. But this one, for some reason, I've seen it retailing for a fairly high price, as I picked it up for about $20. Yet online, I'm seeing it go for 40 or 50. So I'm not sure if maybe Tamiya has updated it and has just kept it in the same boxing, or if perhaps they're just using the same boxing and for most part to some degree overcharging for it. But yeah, it's an okay kit. You know, if you're a big M4 fan and you really love Tamiya, I'd say go ahead and get it. But otherwise, I would say it's not one you have to get. So that was a look at Tamiya's 1/35th scale M4A3E2 Jumbo Sherman. Till next time.